Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has had an incredible season, and it can still get better. But there's a narrative of him as a free throw merchant. Now, they're even saying this is what the next generation of basketball is going to look like. And maybe there's some truth to it. After all, he just became the league MVP, which he celebrated by buying Rolex watches for all his teammates.
Yeah, too. Perfect time, man. What time it is, y'all?
Still, he has been called a foul baiter by fans, coaches, and even some analysts. But how do NBA players really feel about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's breakout as an MVP candidate hasn't come without controversy. For all his craft and skill, there's one label that continues to follow him: free throw merchant. But in a league where foul baiting has been used by legends to tilt the balance, is Shai simply doing what any smart player would? This is exactly what his father thinks.
You already know what it is, man. It's like, if you ain't doing nothing, nobody ain't talking about you, right? You ain't gonna have no haters when you do nothing, you ain't do nothing proper, right? Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, I just look at a lot of it, it's like haterade still, because at the end of the day, drawing fouls is a part of the game. It's actually a skill. It's actually a skill. Like, if you go back to, I said, Iverson and Kobe and the guys that do it, you're trying to, draw a foul, yes, but that doesn't make you, why wouldn't I want to try to draw a foul? When I beat you and you can't recover and stay in front of me, it's a foul.
In Game 1 of the 2025 Western Conference Finals against the Minnesota Timberwolves, that narrative exploded. Shai drew 13 fouls, 7 of which analysts openly questioned. Timberwolves star Anthony Edwards even threw the ball at Shai in frustration and got a technical foul. These are the reactions he gets from NBA players on the court. And here's Jaden McDaniels calling it like it is.
I just wanted to foul him I wasn't even mad. I just had fouls to use.
But even when they act like this on the court, they love him off of it. In fact, when Anthony Edwards showered SGA with praises after OKC defeated them during a regular season game, Gilbert Arenas and the guest on his show clowned Ant.
He like, hey, you did it, Daddy. You doing it, Daddy. No, you did it, Daddy.
I like how you doing that,
I see you, Daddy. You doing it, Daddy.
Daddy. Go ahead, Daddy. Hey, Daddy, I like how you scoring that, Daddy.
Yeah. I like how you sitting there.
Hey, Daddy,
you do that, Daddy. Right. You walk in here, Daddy.
Daddy, you
get the out of here.
Fucking team Shai out these.
But while people debate whether Shai's game is clean or not, the numbers don't lie. So the question becomes, is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander the NBA's next great foul artist? Well, some coaches think so. Former Denver Nuggets head coach Michael Malone offered one of the most candid breakdowns of what it's like to prepare for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
It's almost impossible. You think about trying to guard the best offensive players in the league nowadays, it becomes almost impossible. Any contact, a lot of times offensive players like Shai will initiate the contact or hook his arm, looking to draw that contact. He is a foul artist, as I mentioned earlier today.
That term, foul artist, is key here. You see, he's not really saying it's cheating, and it's not a gimmick. It's a craft. And one former master of the craft is James Harden. And just like Harden in his prime, Shai is redefining how defenses have to play him, but he's not the first.
Every best player, Mike and those guys, our guys, they said that about Mike. Stop this, yo. I mean, don't you remember the one where the Olympics one, where I think it was Magic, and they're taking that picture of the Olympics, and Magic's like, oh, can't get too close to Mike.
Yeah. But while Harden's style, for example, often stalled games with too many step backs and clear foul hunting, Shai's approach feels smoother. He flows into contact and jerks his head backwards. Yet, Arenas still considers Harden as the master here.
So he's a baiter. Is he a novice baiter or is he a master of that?
He could get hot. He's 35. He's a master baiter.
In another podcast, Arenas names other legends who loved the free throw line.
He was struggling, and he helped himself get a rhythm by shooting free throws. It's like I'm trying to figure out in NBA history who's never done that. What player? Name me a great that average. You can go with Melo, you can go with T-Mac, you can go with D-Wade. I mean, just name anyone who was a great player that wasn't gifted at getting to the charity line.
But as for Denver players like Christian Brown, Shai's already a master.
No, he's good. I mean, he's got a he can react to anything. He's shooting the pull-up a lot this year, which kind of throws another interesting thing at you. You know, he's good off bumps. He can go right, he can go left, he can finish. He can do a little bit of everything. He's a good player.
Cam Johnson once called him a chess master on the court, and it shows. Whether it's the subtle bump, the hesitation dribble, or the lean-in floater, Shai's making defenders pick their poison. And the craziest part? He's still getting better. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's game this season speaks volumes. He's not just a foul drawer. He's a 30-point-per-game scorer, a two-way leader, a player whose skill set draws admiration from peers, legends, and even former teammates. Luka Doncic, one of the NBA's premier offensive talents, speaks with real respect when talking about going up against Shai.
Just overall, he's a great scorer, gets his teammates involved, and just a lot of times it's hard to stop him, you know. I think at some point, you know, you gotta send two, 3 players, and it's just, I mean, it's amazing to play against a guy like this. You know, just the battles, it's fun, and you know, he's an amazing player.
Jalen Williams, one of the young core pieces in OKC, sees the leadership behind the scenes.
I think the way that he approaches basketball in his life outside of the court is something that nobody else gets to really see except us. And you know, us being as close as we are too, like I get to like learn just how he carries himself on and off the floor, and I think that's helped my development. And then I think just on the floor, when you're the guy on the team, you're responsible for playing good or bad, and I think he does a good job of carrying that and trusting us. And you know, he just does a good job of staying within the team and not letting a lot of the outside noise affect him. And you know, he's been the perfect role model for me and the rest of the guys to, you know, kind of one day try and reach that level, and obviously just be able to help him during the season.
Even veteran leaders like Chris Paul, a former mentor during Shai's early days with the Thunder, had this to say.
You know what? He's selfless. You know, he hoops, he lets his game do the talk, and he don't really say much. But the other thing I remember when we was teammates, we used to talk about defense a lot. And if you see some of the most elite players in our league, you don't have to be Lou Dort. You don't have to be the best defensive player on your team. They just want to see you try.
But to understand the full scope of Shai's rise, you've got to go back. All the way back to 2019, when he was just a rookie involved in what many now call one of the most lopsided trades in NBA history. In 2019, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was a promising rookie, smooth, long, and quiet, but hardly a franchise cornerstone. So when the Clippers sent him, Danilo Gallinari, and 5 first-round picks to the Oklahoma City Thunder for Paul George, most people didn't flinch. Kawhi Leonard wanted PG, and the Clippers had title dreams. To the world, it was just business. But now, that trade reads like grand larceny. Even PG has to admit that SGA is the man now.
Oklahoma, they know who the man is. Shai's the guy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But with that, Shai, I'ma let you eat, J-Dub.
Mm-hmm.
I'ma let you eat Case and Wallace. I'ma let you eat Chet. I'ma let you eat Hardestein. Like, they don't mind letting each other shine.
Real talk.
Meanwhile, the Clippers and Paul George haven't even reached the finals since. And that's why NBA fans now call the 2019 trade a heist pulled off by Thunder GM Sam Presti. What started as a trade built on future potential has now fully bloomed. Now, OKC's trio of Shai, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren is being compared to the early 2010s OKC squad. On the recent episode of Gil's Arena, the panel debated what it would mean if Shai leads OKC to a title this year, with both a regular season MVP and finals MVP.
So you say just he wins this championship right here, the city labels him the best OKC player ever?
Mm-hmm.
With the MVP.
MVP, finals MVP.
MVP and championship this year.
We got both.
Yep.
Do you feel like his accolades
and
measure up?
MVP, because if they win, he's going to get finals MVP.
During their time in the Thunder uniform.
That's tough for me.
And if SGA brings a title to OKC, then that 2019 trade will be immortalized as arguably one of the worst trades in NBA history. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has gone from overlooked rookie to the MVP. He's quiet, methodical, and polarizing, but respected by the very players who once tried to stop him. But now that you've heard what the players think, what do you think? Is Shai really about to become the greatest Thunder ever? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, then watch What the Face of the NBA Really Looks Like next.